Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about Girls Frontline 2. I've been playing it for, I don't know, roughly 2.5 hours, 3 hours at this point. And I have a couple things that I wanted to bring up that I think would be very helpful, not just for you, but for anyone that you know or for any players that are starting out. The first thing I want to talk about is this little patrol button here. You don't get this till a little bit longer or later on, but this is the battle pass. And if you haven't heard already, the battle pass for Girls Frontline 2 is honestly pretty insane. Not only do you gain additional resources and stuff like this, including what you're seeing right now with the Voyager and the additional battle pass and tickets and stuff, you do also gain access to additional guns, which will help later down the road alongside its attachments. Now, additionally, on that note, in terms of when you unlock certain things, there is something that I noticed after playing for a couple hours, and that's the fact that you technically get level locked at level 17, or rather 16, until you get to level 17. Now, there are, of course, a couple things that you can do to combat this or overcome this, including things like doing the equipment analysis, doing the in-depth search, or what I personally did, which was the neural survey. After getting to 1-4 on the neural survey, which, you know, gives you gifts and also gives you gold and it also gives you these transcription conductors, you then reach level 17 and you can continue on with the story. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention specifically for today is that something that I realized while I was pulling in my stupidity was that this beginning banner that you get here doesn't actually transfer over to your standard. Now, normally, what happens is that after you pull for or receive your SSR on a beginner banner, at least for other gacha games, once the beginner banner has an SSR obtained from it, it disappears, or rather the additional pulls that you have go into your standard banner. However, as of what I'm seeing and what I've noticed, this isn't the case. I've tried verifying with others, but I was one of the lucky ones to get Sabrina or my SSR in 10 or in 110 pull. But then after this, I didn't have, well, any other reason to be using the beginner procurement. And thanks to one lovely soul who tried it out, the beginner procurement has not, from what I understood, shown to have any other value. If there is additional value, feel free to let me know. But as far as I could tell, the standard banner pulls are just discounted pulls, which I guess are fine in isolation. But given that they don't contribute to anything greater or some greater, deeper pity, you know, it doesn't really feel like there's that great value here. Another thing that I want to talk about is the codes that are here. And unfortunately, I can't really show them on screen. I'll type them actually into my Twitch chat and you can see them directly beneath me. But the codes that you're seeing here, GFL2 Suomi, 1203, GFL2 reward, and GFL2 gift, alongside one other one that doesn't get shown actually. This one. This is the other code that you can use if you'd like to gain free rewards. I will put a little thing under me, so maybe it's a little bit easier to see. But I'll also include these in the description for those of you that want to redeem these codes in general. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is regarding the campaign. And now, a couple things. Number one, if you didn't know already, the campaign is roughly six stories long, and you will have to use energy if you want to continue through or progress through it, whether that's through the premium currency, which you'll only have, I think, roughly 9 times to refresh, or in other cases, you could use the resin equivalent in order to continue and progress through the story. Now, what you'll see very quickly as you're progressing through this, however, is these extra stages here, these elite battles, these BH, etc., etc. Now, the thing about these is that though they do give you rewards like, you know, the premium currency and things like the furniture designs, etc., they don't actually progress or give you any EXP. So if you are someone that's trying to progress through the story quickly to get to the, you know, the end game, or try to unlock more of the end game, which I'm sure again is kind of a stretch to ask for this early on, but in case if you're trying to min-max your time or min-max your energy, these are things that, well, you really shouldn't spend too much time doing, or since they do cost energy, if I'm not mistaken, to do. Am I mistaken? I thought that they cost, or it costs energy to do. If they don't, then feel free to do. Oh, maybe they don't cost energy. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear one of these costed energy to do, but in case you're curious, these don't actually consume or provide any energy or EXP for you, rather, which is why for the most part I was skipping them initially. But hey, screw it. If they give you if they give you rewards and it doesn't cost energy, then by all means feel free to do them, as I'm sure most of you guys will be using autoplay. Now, the final thing I wanted to talk about is actually in regards to autoplay. And initially in my previous video, I had mentioned that certain stages don't really appear autoable. And while I don't think that's necessarily false, because some stages have shown that they'll take a little bit too long, and while it does also depend on your team composition, at least from what I can tell right now, with the team composition that I'm using, which is, well, specifically, well, I don't have Suomi yet, but I have Sabrina, I have Groza, I have Nemesis, and I also have Kofni. With this team composition layout, I don't actually have any trouble autoing all the content. Nothing dies, and it does clear relatively smoothly. And honestly, yeah, guys, that's been my experience with Girls Frontline for what I imagine a lot of people will see, or for basically what I imagine a lot of people will encounter for the first day. Truth be told, the game's pretty cool. I like all the dormitory systems. I like all the rewards that you get. The dopamine of pulling for characters is really cool. And in case you guys are also pulling, just a little fun fact, when you are pulling for characters, thank you for chat for letting me know. But when you pull for characters through the recruitment, apparently there will be gold lights through the tunnel as you start to, or as you pull for a character that will indicate that you've gotten an SSR. Additionally, the lady that's directing the character that's alongside you as you're pulling for the characters will have like a peace sign that she throws up over her head instead of waving, which is another indicator for the fact that you've gotten an SSR. Truth be told, I haven't gotten an SSR in a long time. As you can see here with my standard banner, I am at 51 out of 80 for guaranteeing a character, which I get it. I got 10 pull on my beginner banner, so it's fair as fair. But yeah, those were a couple of things I wanted to let you know. Additionally, if you haven't already been doing it, the events are fantastic. They give you a load of additional rewards. Make sure to check every single one, because there are not only rewards through the events, but there are also rewards through, well, things like this, through the Elmo server room, through the public area, and things like this. So make sure to check out all the different notifications that you're seeing on screen. And yeah, honestly, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks again for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying Girls Frontline 2. As always, I will be leaving everything you need to see in the description down below. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you'd like to support the channel or check out anything related to my content, you can click on any of the links and stuff on screen right now. But thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed or learned something. I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night.